Welcome back to my channel. Today is day 29 of the Embodying Your Higher Self Challenge. If you're not already, hit that subscribe button so you too can follow along. Today we're going to talk about no phones before bedtime. One thing I've started to notice is when I'm on my phone quite close before I need to go to bed and I'm just scrolling, I'm looking at videos, my brain is active and I am taking in content, I then don't sleep very well. Now, this could be the same for you too. So when we are actually scrolling and looking at videos, we're taking in content, we're learning different things. There's noise, there's music going on in the background. So your brain is very active and there's so many colors, there's lights going on. You are keeping yourself awake, which is ultimately not going to let you have a good sleep. So if you're scrolling minutes before you then turn it off and then I need to go to bed now, your brain is just on overdrive and all you're thinking about is all the videos that you've just watched. You're thinking about the scrolling, you're thinking about the content that you have just learned and the noise that you were hearing through that video, as well as other things that you might be reading on there. There is so much when we are on our phones before we go to bed. There's so many studies of our brains not actually calming ourselves down before we fall asleep, which can then affect the whole sleep overall. I actually decided to give this a go, and one thing I did notice is when I stopped scrolling on my phone a good hour before I went to bed, I put something calm on the TV that I'd already seen before, and I would either do a puzzle game or I would read a book. So something really simple that is actually just calming the mind down. So I would do a Sudoku, I would just play solitaire, or I would actually read a book before I went to bed. Instead of the phone, I was actually able to see that I would have a very good night's sleep and I was feeling sleepy straight away. When I was on my phone up until the point of actually falling asleep, I would set the phone down, I would turn the timer on the TV so it would just shut off after a couple of minutes. I would then turn the light off, try and roll over and go to sleep. But the one thing I was noticing is my brain was just, it was on overdrive. And the one thing that I'm already on overdrive, and I know full well my brain is very stimulated all the time. So for me, when I'm actually trying to then go to sleep, and if I've just been on my phone for a long period of time, I'm not going to fall asleep very well. It is going to take me a good hour to actually fall asleep. And I know this because I fidget a lot, I roll around a lot. And when I have actually tracked it, so I have got a Fitbit that I had worn for quite a while because I wanted to know how much I was actually sleeping. And when I say there was like a half hour of deep sleep happening a night, the rest was just REM sleep and light sleep. I knew that I wasn't sleeping very well. I would see so many hours throughout the night go by where I would wake up, I'd be rolling over. Every time I would roll over, I would be awake, like awake. And I would be able to look at the clock. I would honestly be looking at it and thinking, why am I awake? All I've done is move. So I was noticing that my sleeping patterns were getting really bad when I was on my phone, right up until the point of falling asleep, when I was watching videos or any sort of content that was keeping my brain active and things that was content of what I wanted to learn about or what I needed to know about. Anything that was too intense, it was then keeping me awake. And this even goes down to a film. If I've not seen a film before and I put a film on the TV, you can bet your life I'm finishing that film before I go to bed. There is no way I will be able to stop looking at that film and fall asleep 10 minutes in, 20 minutes in. Some people can do this very easily. Now, you might be someone that can easily put down their phone and out like a light, but that doesn't work for me, and there's a lot of people around me that I know it doesn't work for as well. So this is a reminder of, if you are struggling to sleep at night, maybe think about how your evening routine is up until the point you actually are trying to fall asleep. Now, there's some things that we can do to help this. So shutting off our phone and putting it on do not disturb from a certain point in time at night can really help. I have my phone on do not disturb from 11 o'clock in the evening all the way until 6:30 in the morning when I wake up. This is to prevent any single messages coming through, any group chats, any notifications that I don't actually need to know about until the morning. That will stop. I do have my emergency contacts in there. I've told my whole family if they need me in an emergency overnight, there is certain things that they can do to get through. Ultimately, the point is to actually stop any notifications throughout the night waking us up and actually affecting our sleep. But also, before I go to sleep, I want to make sure that that phone is down and I am relaxing and I am just with my own thoughts. I'm watching something calming on the TV, maybe something I've already seen before, so you can then just fall sleep to it. This works really well for me. I can't have anything that I haven't seen because I will watch the whole thing. Other methods that I have heard that help is people that leave their phone outside of their room overnight. So they will do this an hour before they go to bed. They will then take themselves in, have a cup of tea, read a book for a good hour before they go to sleep, and their phone is in another room. This is something that could work for you. I get really scared of if someone needs to get hold of me and they can't, then I would panic because I'm not going to hear that phone going off. If it's next to me and there was an emergency, I know that I would wake up to it. But this is a very good idea. If you are somebody that is always reaching for your phone constantly, even throughout the night, this could be a really good option for you, is to leave it outside the room and you then take yourself to bed, do something calming before you go to sleep, and spend some time with yourself for a good hour, settling down before you try and go sleep. As I said, I've given this a go myself, and when I take myself away from being on my phone before I go to sleep, I'm doing something different, like a puzzle or doing a bit of reading, anything really calming that I don't have to think that much about, has really helped me in order to have a better sleep. And when I think of embodying my higher self, I think of somebody that actually takes care in their sleep patterns. We spoke previously about bedding and comfort and pajamas and make sure we've got the right mattress. But if we're not actually doing anything else in our actual lives to help us go to sleep, then what is the point? We need to make sure that embodying our higher selves mean looking at an all-round area of our life, of a day-to-day and even overnight, and the build up to the nighttime routine. This is something personally that's helped me, and I just wanted to share this in the challenge because it could be where you are going wrong when it comes to sleeping patterns. You could be doing everything else right, but if you haven't nailed down how to actually go along your nighttime routine to settle your mind down and settle yourself down, it could be why you're not having good sleeps, which will then affect your day-to-day life. That's all I have for you for this video. I really hope this has helped you actually look at your phone usage before you go to bed and how it could be affecting your sleep overall, and taking some steps in order to change that. There are so many more tips to come, so make sure you like this video and subscribe so you can be notified of all my future uploads. And until next time, keep manifesting your biggest goals.